What's going on, Jerome's? So one of the major free agent moves this offseason was re-signing Byron Murphy Jr. And the cornerback made the Pro Bowl, had a career season, and has shown over the last two seasons in the Flores defense that it's perfectly suited for him. Playing a combination inside-outside. Murph has just been that dude. He's been aggressive. He's been a ball hawk. He's been everything, all right? And now the question is, can he elevate his game even more? He's going to have to. Because, with the price tag, increased money comes increased expectations. And Murph is still in the thick THICC of his prime, just turned 27 in January. And as we said, he's shown that Flores, he's an extension of Flores on the field. And combination playing zone, some man in the slot, everything that Murph does is exactly what Flores wants done. And I think that's what's important because after the sticker shock, because initially Murph's extension was reported at 3 years, $66 million. In actuality, it's more like $18 million per year, which is on par with Carlton Davis III with the Patriots. It's on par with Charvarius Ward with the Colts. It's on par with some of the other major free agency contracts, right? So Murph, it's really more appealing having Murph in the system for an extended period of time because Murph's been here as long as Brian Flores has been. They both came in the 2023 offseason, which is very appealing versus even veteran corners, a longtime veteran corners coming in and having to learn the Flores system from scratch. Like, you don't know how that's going to work because Flores, Durante Jones, unfamiliar with the player unfamiliar, vice versa. And I do think that it was a smart move bringing back Murph. But that being said, the expectations need to be ramped up. And Murph had a fantastic year last season, career low, 80 quarterback rating when thrown at, 4 touchdowns allowed in coverage, but did have 6 picks, a career high, tied for the most for a cornerback last season, as well as 5 passes broken up, as well as a career high 73.5 PFF coverage grade. So Murph overall had a phenomenal year, made the Pro Bowl games, defensive MVP, and all that stuff. But now what can he bring to the table? Right? He's going to have to continue this high level of play, but now instead of a career high in terms of an anomaly, this has to become the standard because there's a big difference between him making $18 million per year versus 8.75, which he was on his initial 2-year deal from Arizona. But I got faith in Murph. I feel like he's the type of player who isn't just going to rest on his laurels and just count the money and all that stuff. I mean, there's lots of players of free agent contracts that do that. But Murph, I really respect what Murph has done. Like over the last 2 years, he's become a leader in that cornerback room. He's really taken players like Dwight Newton-McLaughlin under his wing, staying after practice, working on things, showing real mentorship and paying it forward. And Murph's talked about that too, because when he entered the league in 2019 with Arizona, second-round pick out of Washington, go Huskies, guys like Patrick Peterson, veterans spent time and imparted wisdom on him. And even though Murph is far from an old hat, like I said, just turned 27, the fact that he's doing that within the team speaks well about the culture that Flores and Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi have built. So I do think that Murph is going to be worth the money. I think that Murph's season last year wasn't an anomaly. I think that that's an accumulation of everything that Murph has done over the last couple of years, putting that work in the offseason, really busting his ass to make sure that he fits and understands the Flores scheme, as well as knocking on all the wood, some health luck. Because when he left Arizona in 2022, there were some major concerns about his back issues. And that's why the Vikings signed him to that 2-year, $17.5 million deal that did have a lot of outs in terms of health, in terms of per game bonuses that protected the Vikings. But Murph is good to go. And cornerback was a major question this offseason. Murph was a free agent. Gilly's a free agent and or could retire. Shaq Griffin's a free agent as well. Moreau left. So now the Vikings potentially could add in free agency or in the draft. But I love what they've done in free agency. Bring in a guy like Isaiah Rodgers, who kind of was like Murph coming off his rookie deal when he was coming in from Arizona. Sort of a cheap 2-year deal, but has all the potential in the world. And I love that the Vikings are taking a gamble on Rodgers. And then Jeff Okudah is the ultimate mama, I can change him type player, because if he recovers and pans out on 35 cents on the dollar of the potential that he had as a top 5 pick for the Lions back in the day, good. Yeah, absolutely good to go in that regard. And with Murph, like as we said at the beginning of free agency, when the sticker shock and the spot rack guesstimates of, hey, Murph's going to get 22, 23 million bucks, we're just like, where do you see Murph in the Jalen Ramsey, Surtain, J.C. Horn, eventually Sauce Gardner pay bracket? No. Murph just is not that true blue, set it and forget it, belt buckle to belt buckle against other teams' wide receiver ones. He's not that guy. But in terms of an $18 million a year corner who is perfectly suited for what Flores has asked for him, as well as been ingrained in the scheme heading into year 3, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I think Murph has that right mentality, and I think he's going to earn every single penny on this deal, and you have to frame it that way. Again, is he Surtain? No. But is he exactly the type of cornerback that Flores is familiar with and will do wonders in the scheme, playing on the outside as well as on the inside? Yes. I think that's where we're currently at. But your thoughts are thoughts. Byron Murphy Jr., a big-time contract, going to earn it. Definitely. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, no production value.